The Old West, a lawless land where justice is served with bullets and survival is a matter of luck. In 1960, 7 gunslingers set off for the Old West. Their story, that of the legendary 7 gunmen, became a legend, a testament to courage and brotherhood. But what happened to the people who brought these characters to life? It's anything but ordinary. Let's take a closer look at the illustrious careers and poignant highs and lows of these Hollywood icons. Eli Wallach as Calvara. Eli Wallach brought the character Calvara to life on screen. Before his film debut, Wallach studied at the drama workshop with Erwin Piscator. Later, he became a founding member of the Actors Studio, where Lee Strasberg further honed his acting skills. There, he explored method acting with Marlon Brando, Montgomery Clift, and his future wife, Ann Jackson. Interestingly, Marilyn Monroe, a budding actress at the Actors Studio, was the first to befriend Wallach. She even insisted on watching an entire play he performed backstage, eager to witness the veteran's technique. On the film set, she also met Wallach's wife, Anne, and a friendship blossomed between them. Monroe even occasionally babysat their children. Wallach's film career began with a controversial role in Elia Kazan's 1956 film Baby Doll. The film was controversial for its sexual themes, although director Kazan assured that Wallach did not actually seduce co-star Carol Baker. Instead, the scenes between them focused on creating unresolved tension. Wallach's last screen appearance was in the short film The Train, 2015. In the film, he plays a Holocaust survivor who delivers a powerful message to a selfish young man. Life can change in the blink of an eye. The short film was released in 2015, after being filmed in early 2014. Interestingly, from 1984 to 1997, Wallach even voiced commercials for Toyota pickup trucks. Wallach and his frequent co-star, actress Ann Jackson, were married for 66 years, until his death in 2014. They had 3 children, Peter, Catherine, and Roberta. Unfortunately, a stroke that occurred a few years earlier, in 2005, left Wallach with the loss of vision in one eye. Eli Wallach passed away peacefully at the age of 98 in 2014. Steve McQueen as Vin Tanner. Vin, a pivotal character in The Magnificent Seven, is Chris's right-hand man and possesses impressive tracking and precision shooting skills. In 1952, thanks to Bill, McQueen began his acting career in New York. He honed his talent at Sanford Meisner's Neighborhood Playhouse and at the HB studio under the tutelage of Uta Hagen. His first line on stage was in 1952, a brief Yiddish phrase meaning all is lost, in a play produced by Molly Picon. Stella Adler was also his mentor during this period, during which he met Gia Scala. After the start of his career, McQueen took on a variety of roles. In 1971, he starred in the motor racing drama Le Mans, which received mixed reviews. Next came Junior Bonner, 1972, the story of a veteran rodeo cowboy. He reunited with director Sam Peckinpah on The Getaway, where he met his future wife, Ally McGraw. McQueen then delivered a physically challenging performance as a prisoner on Devil's Island in Papillon, 1973, alongside Dustin Hoffman. Both of McQueen's last films, released in 1980, were inspired by real events. Tom Horn is a Western-style adventure, while The Hunter is a modern story about a bounty hunter. Sadly, McQueen passed away in 1980 at the age of 50. Despite medical warnings, he traveled to Mexico to undergo surgery to remove an abdominal tumor. The surgery, performed under a false name, was too much for his heart, and he died of a heart attack shortly afterward. The El Paso Times reported that he passed away peacefully in his sleep. Charles Bronson, in the role of Bernardo O'Reilly, joined the fight for justice in the 1960s film The Magnificent Seven, playing one of the 7 gunmen. After World War II, he worked odd jobs until he was hired as a set designer by a theater company in Philadelphia. This led him to acting, starting with small roles. He even shared an apartment with another aspiring actor, Jack Klugman, who was honing his acting skills at the Pasadena Playhouse. Bronson landed his first major television role in 1960 on ABC's Man with a Camera, playing Mike Kovich, a freelance crime photographer in New York City. The series ran for 2 seasons. He continued to take on leading roles, including in When Hell Broke Loose in the late 1960s. Interestingly, he also brought the character Butch Cassidy to life in a 1958 episode of Tales of Wells Fargo. Bronson's last major film role was in 1994 in Death Wish 5: The Face of Death. Reviews were not very positive, with many considering the film repetitive, and Bronson himself seemed to have grown tired of the character. However, he made a smooth transition to television, playing the father figure Paul Fine in a trilogy about a family of police officers, from 1995 to 1999. Unfortunately, Bronson's health deteriorated in recent years, and after hip replacement surgery in 1998, he decided to retire from acting. He passed away in 2003, at the age of 81. Although pneumonia and Alzheimer's disease were mentioned, the official cause of his death was respiratory failure, metastatic lung cancer, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and congestive cardiomyopathy. Brad Dexter interpreta Harry Luck. After serving in World War II, Brad Dexter, then known as Barry Mitchell, landed a role in Roy Rogers' Western, El Dorado, in 1946. He also used the name in Sinbad the Sailor in 1947. In 1949, he made his Broadway debut in Magnolia Alley. In 1950, Dexter abandoned his old identity, adopting the name Brad Dexter to play the villainous detective in The Asphalt Jungle. He continued to build his acting career with roles in films such as 14 Hours, 1951. His big break came as the villain in RKO's The Las Vegas Story, 1951, co-starring with Victor Mature and Jane Russell. RKO liked his work and offered him a similar villainous role in Macau, 1952, again with Russell, even going so far as to hire him. Dexter ventured into historical territory in 1963, playing California Supreme Court Justice David S. Terry in an episode of the anthology series Death Valley Days. The episode explored the rivalry between Terry and the anti-slavery U.S. Senator David C. Broderick, who died after a duel with Terry in 1859. A heroic act in 1964 gave rise to a special friendship. During the filming of None But the Brave, 1965, Dexter saved singer Frank Sinatra from drowning in Hawaii. In gratitude for his bravery, Sinatra named Dexter vice president of Sinatra Enterprises. Dexter's love life was tumultuous. He had a brief marriage to singer Peggy Lee in 1953. In 1971, he married wealthy heiress Mary Bogdanovich, with whom he remained until her death in 1994. That same year, Dexter married June Dare, with whom he remained married until his death. Brad Dexter tragically died of emphysema in 2002, at the age of 85. Pepe Hearn as Tomas. Pepe Hearn, the actor who plays Tomas, was born in New Jersey in 1927, the son of Spanish immigrants. His family was originally from the Canary Islands. He began his acting career at age 21 with a role in the 1948 film The Bodyguard, and continued working steadily for nearly 4 decades. Director William A. Sider gave Hearn 2 of his most important film roles in the 1950 Borderline in 1950 and Make Haste to Live in 1954. Although Thomas may have been one of Hearn's last film roles, he found more consistent roles on television. He guest starred in numerous series over the years, including The Rifleman, The Fugitive, I Spy, The High Chaparral, Bonanza, The Streets of San Francisco, Lou Grant, The Bionic Woman, and even Charlie's Angels. His television career extended into the 1980s, with roles in series such as Murder, She Wrote, and Hill Street Blues. Sadly, Pepe Hearn passed away in Los Angeles, California, in 2009. Natividad Vacío is a villager. Although Natividad Vacío's most famous role was probably that of Miguel, a townsman in the classic 1960s Western, The Magnificent Seven, his career went far beyond that. His acting career began on television in 1950 with an episode of The Lone Ranger. He demonstrated his versatility throughout his career. He starred in the 1953 film noir, The Hitchhiker, directed by Ida Lupino. He had a supporting role as a gardener named Frank Smith, pronounced Frank by the characters in the comedy Father Knows Best. Television became his main stage, although he also occasionally appeared in films. In 1988, he played the role of Onofre, a one-armed man, in Robert Redford's film The Milagro Beanfield War. He was a member of a group nicknamed the Senile Brigade. Vacío was a close friend of George Reeves, star of Adventures of Superman. They met at Pasadena Community College, and Vacío, known by the nickname Naughty, used to entertain Reeves by singing and playing guitar. Reeves, who learned quickly, often joined him to play and sing Mexican songs. Interestingly, Vacío's character was even portrayed by actor Diego Fuentes in some scenes of the 2006 film Hollywoodland, which explored the life and death of George Reeves. Horst Buchholz as Chico. After returning to Germany to film Ship of the Dead, 1959, Buchholz headed to Hollywood, where he played a young gunslinger in The Magnificent Seven, 1960. This American Western was a remake of Akira Kurosawa's classic Seven Samurai, 1954. Buchholz took on the role originally played by Toshiro Mifune in the Japanese version. Before Hollywood, Buchholz had gained experience dubbing foreign films, taking on small, uncredited roles in films such as War Room 1951 and Adventure in Berlin, 1952. Later, he took on larger roles in films such as Marianne of My Youth, 1954, Sky Without Stars, 1955, and Regine, 1956. The film, The Magnificent Seven, was an immediate success, and Buchholz continued to appear in several Hollywood productions filmed on location. He acted in the romantic drama Fanny, 1961, with Leslie Caron and Maurice Chevalier, and in Billy Wilder's comedy 1, 2, 3, 1961, with James Cagney. Despite his popularity with American audiences, Buchholz's career took an unexpected turn. His busy schedule prevented him from playing iconic roles such as Tony in West Side Story 1961 and Sheriff Ali in Lawrence of Arabia 1962, which ultimately went to Omar Sharif. In 1958, Buchholz married French actress Miriam Bru. They had a son, Christopher, who later became an actor, and a daughter, Beatrice. Despite a stable marriage, Buchholz preferred Berlin, his beloved city, while Miriam found success in Paris. Sadly, Buchholz passed away suddenly at the age of 69 in 2003. He died of pneumonia after surgery to correct a hip fracture. Played by Vladimir Sokolov in the role of the old man. After graduating, Vladimir Sokolov took on a prestigious role as an actor and assistant director at the Moscow Art Theater. In the same decade, he moved to the Komorny Theater. In the early 1920s, he toured Germany with his troupe. This trip led him to meet the influential director Max Reinhardt, who persuaded Sokolov to stay in Berlin. There, Sokolov achieved success in theatrical productions and began his film career with German and Austrian films, such as The Love of Jean Ney, 1927, and The Ship of Lost Souls, 1929. However, the rise of Nazism forced Sokolov, who was Jewish, to flee Europe. He found refuge in Paris in 1932, where he continued acting in theater and film. In 1937, he emigrated to the United States. Despite his limited English upon arrival, Sokolov's talent stood out. He played the lead role in Orson Welles' production of Danton's Death, based on the play by Georg Büchner. That same year, he achieved success in Hollywood, playing the painter Paul Cézanne in the English-language film The Life of Émile Zola, from 1937 to 1950. Sokolov acted on Broadway in various productions. He also made an easy transition to American films, playing characters of diverse ethnicities. He himself estimates having played characters of over 35 nationalities, including Filipino, French, Greek, Arabic, Romanian, and Chinese. Vladimir Sokolov's last film roles were with Yul Brynner in Escape from Zerane and Taras Bulba, both released posthumously. Vladimir Sokolov, a versatile actor with a long and impressive career, died of a stroke in Hollywood, California, in 1962. His last film roles were with Yul Brynner in Escape from Zerane and Taras Bulba, both released posthumously. Robert Vaughn as Lee. Robert Vaughn, who plays the troubled veteran Lee, was encouraged by his mother to pursue an acting career from a young age. She even rehearsed his famous "to have or have not" monologue from Hamlet when he was only 5 years old. Her support also helped him land roles on radio programs in the Chicago area. He debuted on radio as Billy on Jack Armstrong's popular program, All American Boy. Vaughn's television career began on November 21, 1955, in an episode of the medical drama Medic. This was the first of over 200 television roles he would play throughout his career, which lasted until the mid-2000s. In 1956, he made his guest-starring debut in the classic Western film Gunsmoke, and returned a year later to co-star with actress Barbara Eden. Vaughn married actress Linda Staub in 1974. They even appeared together in an episode of The Protectors in 1973. The couple adopted 2 children and settled in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Actress Joyce Jameson also played a significant role in Vaughn's life in the late 1960s. She even made a guest appearance with him in an episode of U.N.C.L.E. For years, rumors circulated that Vaughn was the biological father of British director Matthew Vaughn. However, this was never confirmed. Sadly, Robert Vaughn passed away in a hospice in Danbury, Connecticut, in November 2016. He had been battling leukemia for a year and died just 11 days shy of his 84th birthday. James Coburn as Britt. James Coburn brought his knife-throwing skills to life in the film, playing Britt. His acting career began in 1953 on television, with the children's program 4-Star Playhouse. Interestingly, he was cast in a razor commercial after shaving off his 11-day beard in record time, even joking that he had more teeth than all the other candidates. Coburn made his film debut in 1959, co-starring with Pernell Roberts in the Western Ride Lonesome, and soon after in another Western, Face of a Fugitive, and he then had a prominent role in the war film Hell is for Heroes, 1962, with Steve McQueen. This collaboration continued in another war film, The Great Escape, 1963, directed by John Sturges. Coburn also narrated Kings of the Sun, 1963, for the same production company. He demonstrated his versatility by playing the villain in Charade, 1963, alongside Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. He then took on a comedic role, that of a naval officer in the Americanization of Emily, replacing James Garner. The role earned him a 7-year contract with 20th Century Fox. Coburn was married twice. His first marriage, to Beverly Kelly, in 1959, lasted 20 years and produced 2 children. In 1993, he married actress Paula Murad Coburn, and together they founded the James and Paula Coburn Foundation. Sadly, James Coburn died of a heart attack in 2002, at the age of 74. His wife, Paula, also died less than 2 years later, from cancer in 2004.